Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Brett's Brain. Today, we're going to talk about bridge rounds and how to get them done. I'm Brett Brule, former entrepreneur, current venture capitalist. Thanks so much for checking out the channel. Make sure you share, like, subscribe, do all of those things. Our goal is to help entrepreneurs succeed in their journeys. Okay, bridge rounds. Really common. 2023, 2024, more bridge rounds than we've ever seen in the last decade plus. So what are some real key things you need to do to make sure that you are set up for success when you go to raise a bridge round? Well, here's 3 ideas. First, raising a bridge round, like any round, starts when you close your previous round. So if you're raising a seed round, you're raising a seed plus or a bridge after seed, your bridge round starts the moment you close that first round. It starts with investor communications, investor involvement. There are no bridge rounds that I know of that actually get done without insider support. You are going to need to have your current investors put more money in your company in order to bring new outside dollars in and get things closed. Oftentimes, bridge rounds are actually led by an insider, many times by whoever led your last round. And the best way to keep those investors interested is to keep them engaged, to keep them up to speed on what's going on. Obviously, you will have missed something. You're not hitting the metrics, you're not hitting the goals, you're not hitting the objectives you set out when you raised your last round. Otherwise, you wouldn't be needing to raise a bridge round. Or maybe goalposts have changed like it did in 2022, 2023, where the metrics you need to hit have moved. Either way, regardless, you've got to keep those investors involved. They need to believe in you still. They need to believe that you're a great communicator. So do those monthly updates, pull them in when you have hard decisions to make and get their opinions on things. So important. You need to have insider support in order to get a round done. Number 2, make sure you raise enough money. If it's really hard to get a second chance at a second bridge round. So if you think you need, $500,000 or $1 million to hit those metrics you originally set out to do that will unlock your Series A, make sure you're actually giving yourself enough runway. Make sure you aren't going to get close to the end of that runway and then have to go back to the well for another bridge round. And the reason it's so hard to raise that second bridge round is twofold. One, now you will have missed your metrics or the goals that you said you were going to be able to do twice. That's really hard to overcome. And another big reason is, like I mentioned, most bridge rounds are supported and funded largely by insiders, and those insiders start to run out of capital. They only have so much allocated to you for subsequent rounds. And so usually you get one shot at bringing insiders in a significant amount of capital from those insiders. So you make sure you raise enough in that first bridge round to give yourself the real chance at achieving the milestones you need to achieve for your Series A. Third, and finally, don't get greedy on valuation. Bridge rounds are bridge rounds. You didn't hit the milestones to hit that Series A or to that next round of capital. And so you don't expect valuations that are similar to what your next round valuation would be. Many bridge rounds just open up the prior round. Even though you've made progress and you've built and you've accomplished some of your goals, there is financing risk for the investors coming in. And if you're too stuck on valuation, you might not be able to get it done. You might not be able to get that insider support. The best way to drive valuation is to have a lot of people that want to invest in your thing, but it is hard to get outside investors to come in to lead a bridge round. You can do it, but it does take more work than just having an insider-led round. So it's always great to be thoughtful about your economics and your valuations, but it's not great to push to maximize for that. Oftentimes it's better to just say, hey, let's get the money in the bank as quickly as we can, even if the valuation's a little bit lower, because in the long run, that will actually improve our dilution because we'll get further along. We will stay in the business. We'll have more resources to go faster, more quickly. And so we'll actually be able to get more done. So the next round's valuation will be higher than it would otherwise. So those are 3 things you need to think about as you go out to raise your bridge round so you can continue to build the company that's going to change the world. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share because our goal here is to help entrepreneurs build their businesses.